but I can't hear your voice.
My voice not here.
Very low.
Hello.
Yeah, now it's okay. I think please move the mic to nearby your mouth so it is
Yeah.
better.
How
Can we
are
start
you?
the discussion?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, myself, narration. I'm from Zibia. Yeah, can you please tell about your roles and responsibilities and work?
Yeah.
What kind of the work you are day-to-day activities you are doing and project all about and the skills you worked on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you this opportunity. My name is Suresh Raj Vetkuri. I have overall experience in 4 years in IT. My relevant experience in Agile and Devops methodologies 3 years. Past I 3 years I have worked in Skylab Infotech in Private Limited, the build and release engineer, my role. Coming to my skill set, hands-on experience on Linux and experience in Git, version control systems, build tools, Maven. I am good experience in Jenkins, a hands-on way to automated in CI/CD flow, and also experience in Ansible configuration management system is doing and configure other servers and also and Docker. It is the microservices architecture based of Docker and Kubernetes manifest files within that cluster maintenance. It is using and Helm charts also, and it is the cloud platform using an AWS. These resources created in infrastructure is a code in Terraform. Using this process, you have to good knowledge about monetization, Prometheus, Grafana, and also. This is my technical stuff. My roles and responsibilities is taken in CI/CD process is continuous way to automated way to implementation of CI/CD process, and Maven is build is process to artifacts generated to maintain that particular artifacts in secured way, and also any issues facing in server side and resolve that troubleshooting issues and there, that is and also maintain the cluster in the Kubernetes and application base, how to it is in application is doing in Kubernetes cluster, and also monetization of this stuff is Prometheus, Grafana, monetization of the technologies. That's it.
Okay. So have you worked on AWS DevOps like AWS code build, AWS deploy?
It is not a AWS resources. I am not working presently on build of the open source tools are working.
Okay, so you haven't worked on AWS code commit, code build, code deploy,
It's
code
not
pipeline.
working that.
Okay, you haven't experienced, right?
Not experience in that side. It is only
Okay,
for resources.
so you have worked on Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
Ansible,
Yes.
Terraform,
Yeah.
shell scripting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's have a discussion on Jenkins. So, what are the advantages with the Jenkins?
The Jenkins is it's the heart of that DevOps methodologies. You can many more advantages is communication with every technology in Jenkins server. One, and second one is every process you can run that particular activities, and the back end of every technology is access to, and the integration and delivery and deployment, everything is perfectly I am accessible in that dashboard also. That is the two advantages there, Jenkins. And also have to build in good productivity. It is a fast move to SDLC, software development lifecycle. It maintenance of different activities in quickly, and the time taken time is more time is taken to build in process. It is secure way to implementation of everything in structured way code in code builds. That is the advantages of Jenkins.
So, how do you fix a broken build?
Yes. The broken build is to take that particular uh, the break the pipeline. The break the pipeline build is it is take is not a perfect. It is not a error. It is build not taken that time. That is the fixed to build is the previous version to roll back. Jenkins.
But without knowing the problem, you will simply roll back to the old version. So how you will identify there is a problem?
It is identified as Slack notifications, so you can build failure or success.
Correct. So build failure.
Yeah.
So if the build is failed, so you will directly roll back to the old version.
Yes, of course. It is basically
But you won't check why the build went wrong or why the build got failed.
yes, is checking for the Git repository and how developers code is committed, how it is code is perfectly or not. It's taken the slash code is generated or not. Basically, this build is failure, which parameters are doing in the Jenkins server is troubleshooting. That is majorly activities that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. I'm just listening. Okay. So what are the different ways in which build can be scheduled in Jenkins?
It is a build can be scheduled in full SEM method is a cron job activities there. That is the build which time to build. It is the night time. It is midnight time is the build is taken. That is the cron job one type, and parametric builds is there. That is the way to implementation of curl, and Python script is how to build is parameterized. That is the way to implementation of that two ways.
Mm-hmm. So what is the use of role-based strategy plugin?
The role-based strategy plugin is which version of artifact is which version is to take the deployment, which version is running of which branch, which code is on top of that Jenkins file. The rollback plugins is acting like that.
Role-based. I'm talking about role-based, not rollback. Role-based.
Role-based, yeah. The role-based plugin is it is the process is being done in the pipeline base. You can the trigger the job. You can follow artifact is generated. That is a way to implementation my side.
Okay. So what is a Jenkins file and what are the advantages of it?
The Jenkins file is basically human readable text file. That is the majorly advantage of it is quickly using the integration of the every tools and technologies, and also you can flow off on top of at the Jenkins file running on the branch. It is the multi-branch pipelines are there. That is the flow to implementation of the trigger the builds and construction of the pipeline.
Okay, what are the stages in Jenkins?
It is the 3 stages in Jenkins. One is build stage, second one is test stage, and the third one is deployment stage.
Can you define the triggers in Jenkins?
The trigger is basically the commit the central repository changes any changes on the files and the storage activities there in developer side. You can follow that integration of the webhooks of concept. That is the triggers is based on Jenkins. Is a fulfillment of the any changes of central repository in the GitHub, GitLab, every central
Can
repository.
you explain me the difference between continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment?
Continuous integration is every time is integrated in every tool, every technology is in CA server. It is continuous integration is basically is the, the pick the code in CA server is Jenkins, and test and deploy, test and build. That build is processed in Maven. That artifact is generated. The artifact it is success or not. Build is success or not. To full is it is a build is failure. You can intimate the Slack notification in again in developer. The developer is fix it that particular code is correctly or not, to send the next commit in central repository to fulfill the again is circulated form of that particular activities in CA server. This is the continuous integration. Continuous delivery means these activities is done once again after success is built, artifact is generated, that is the test lab is tested, it is good in product, good in display of the everything is okay. For this the delivery to delivery, it is the continuous delivery. The process is good in pre-production. After the pre-production is okay for that, the deploy into that particular required environment, that is Kubernetes or anything. That is the continuous delivery. That is the continuous deployment after.
Okay, so what is a blue ocean in Jenkins?
I am not heard about. I am not an idea about blue ocean.
Mhm. So, what are the different type of pipelines are available in Jenkins?
It is multi-branch pipelines. One is the multi-branch pipeline, and
Mhm.
yeah, multi-branch pipeline is there.
What is a scripted pipelines in Jenkins?
It is basically okay. Your question is understanding. Sorry, the pipelines is a declarative pipeline and a scripted pipeline. Two pipelines are available.
What are declarative pipelines and what are scripted pipelines?
Declarative pipelines nothing but previously I am talking about the it is Jenkins file. Is basically a declarative pipeline. It is scripted pipeline is a programmatic language using in Groovy, is based off that is the programmatic.
So, which one is the latest and more useful?
It is the declarative pipeline. Most
So, what is the difference between agent and node?
agent means agent is which enrollment to choose in this process is deployment process. You can choose in which you can settle the which enrollment to stand that particular activities is agent is announced that way. Node is nothing but you can prefer to which mission which enrollment to deploy that particular application. Node is a mission.
So, how do you create a job in Jenkins?
Yes, job is created. It is the hands-on way and created in scripted way. My question is hands-on way to create it and scripted way to create it.
Anyway, because how you will create, like, what are the steps you will follow to create a job using Jenkins?
The create the job in hands-on way to new job and dashboard and create the job. It is the different job formats are there, freestyle and multi branch pipelines to create the job. That is the way to it is the configurations. You can take the different configurations. You can allow about Maven and using of repositories. You take in the options that are there. That is the create the job.
Can you please help me?
Yeah.
Can you help me? Oh, 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are declarative pipelines?
The declarative pipeline is different stages and steps are there, including in the declarative pipeline. The declarative pipeline mainly uh, it is on top of that particular branches and multi branches flow through on at a time in the flow of required process in deployment sections. Is a fastly way to implementation of the declarative pipeline on top of different branches on central repository applicable to implementation of the pipelines. The declarative pipeline inside of the different stages and steps and building stage and build the which application is building, and after the testing and after the deployment you can choose that particular credentials and enrollments therein it is uh, decided to that particular portion of the script.
Mhm. Let's say
Yeah,
part of your pipeline creation, you will create, you will pass the input parameters and variables also to your pipeline, right?
yeah.
Okay. But here, where you will store that input parameters and variables in your project?
It is basically it is a declarative pipeline.
Hmm. Anything, because
The in my
where you will store the input parameters. Sorry?
it is basically this process is can be enrollment variables and version rollbacks. That is the way to implementation. This store in these credentials in these the which credentials you are asking about?
No. Do you know what is input parameters and variables?
Input parameters and variables. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that details generally where you will store for your pipeline.
It's basically the calling of one file is there, variable dot that is the
Mhm.
file is taken, that is the calling that
Okay.
particular things.
But here in my scenario, my client, he don't want to store into your environment, and what he will do is he will update all the input parameters and variables into a external CSV file, and you need to change your pipeline configuration according to that. Whenever you start the pipeline, your pipeline should fetch the details from a external stored CSV file.
Okay,
So how you will change your configuration?
it is basically I'm trying to this is not a practical way implementation. um, it is the creation of multi-branch pipelines, that is the way to stuff, but this is the scenario not facing this that my side.
Not a problem. Not a
Okay,
problem. So you worked on Ansible also, right?
yeah.
So for what purpose you are using Ansible?
It is the
Like what you are doing by using the Ansible in your project?
Yes, yes, it is different. The servers are taken in that servers is configurations about the which softwares is installed or not. That is the way implementation of that Ansible playbooks.
So what are the advantages of using Ansible?
The Ansible is basically using in configuration management. It is serverless connection between serverless SSH connection. It is server agentless connection, and also you can any agent is connected to another server to easily connected to SSH way to implementation one server to communicate another server. Too easy to deployments and easy to implementation of configurations, easy way to prepare that required servers, different configurations and different activities.
So what is a configuration management tool actually?
The configuration management tool is basically some to required about the softwares and everything about the ports open and everything backend of operations. You can take the required servers to prepare the required servers in the cloud side or on premises. That is way to implementation of that configuration.
So how do I handle different machine? Okay, needing different users accounts or ports to log in with.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I handle this one? I want a different machines needing a different user accounts or a different ports
Okay.
to log in with. So how can I configure in Ansible and how you will do that?
It's it is SSH configuration. You can to key based authentication to
It's an
log in.
SSH only.
Yeah, I am
How
using
you will configure that?
that is nothing to do it in other servers of any credentials and any uh, you can asking about that question.
Okay. So how do I configure a jump host? Okay, to access servers.
Okay.
Okay. So which I don't have which no direct access have that server, and I want to configure a jump host to access that server. So how can I do that?
um, it's basically not configured that side of activities.
Mhm. No problem. Give me one second. So how do I access the shell environment variables?
Shell environment variables.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually is I am working in CI/CD process, so you can
Okay,
this is the
then.
process.
So how do I keep a secret data in my playbook?
It is secret data in a playbook is Ansible Vault is using that sensible data is stored in that way.
Yeah, but how can I keep the data? Like, what syntax that you will follow?
It's basically not access to others playbooks. You can secret it to encrypted format. It is the Ansible Vault is using the playbook is encrypted format. That is the credentials using way to implementation of Ansible.
So what are Ansible and okay, I'll ask him. So what is a idempotency?
Not idea about idempotency.
Hmm. So what are Ansible roles and their purpose?
Ansible roles majorly inside of that particular inside of the multiple playbooks and it is modules also. You can take the templates and tasks different different playbooks different activities and inside of the roles.
So what is the difference between play and playbook?
play Play and playbook is the at markup language is written in playbook is some requirements of that configuration of the node servers. The play means it is the performance of the tasks inside of the playbook.
Can you help me with the Ansible workflow?
Ansible is backend of the Python work is backend of the Python programming. The workflow is you can take that particular Ansible playbook, run the playbook. You can take the particular activities. You can how to change, how to manage that particular gathering facts, how to configure which enrollments inside of the particular inventory is there. That is two types of inventories: dynamic and static inventories. Different
So how many types of variables?
okay.
How many types of variables that can define a role in Ansible?
It's basically how many types of variables you are asking.
Yes. Yes, yes. Or how, yeah, how many type, what type of, yeah.
Different variables is calling to different playbooks are also you can different variables are using the variables. It is a key value pairs.
So you worked on Terraform also, right?
Yeah,
So what purpose you have used the Terraform?
Terraform is the infrastructure in AWS creation.
So you mean to say you have used it, right?
Yeah.
So you created the infrastructure and all, right, by using the Terraform.
Yes, yes.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry for the break, short break. So what are the reasons to choose Terraform for my DevOps?
It's basically Terraform is to take the all the providers is a third party tool. You can access to everything in the different clouds also. You can different documentation is referred to different providers are there. That is the way to implementation of every cloud. Two resources are created. Easy way to implementation of maintenance of resources. It is code format. I am choosing that way.
What is a null resource in Terraform?
It is basically null resource is the it is creation of the resources inside of that particular no another further actions there. That is the way to implementation of the null resources.
Like null means nothing, man. It will not
Yes,
going to
yes.
create any resource.
The inside of the particular activities in resources management there.
So how can you use the same provider in Terraform with a different configuration?
Yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, how can we use that?
The same provided different configuration.
How can you use the same provider in Terraform with a different configurations?
Yes, you can mention the resources also, or you can take the resources and different configurations. You can I am not your question is not understanding.
What is the process? What is the process? Like, how you will leverage or what kind of the, method you will use to
Mm-hmm.
avail this feature. Like, how can you use you need to use the same provider for different configurations. For that, what you will do in the Terraform?
Yes, different activities. It is basically it is a .tf state file is there. That is the process to the current state of the infrastructure, and the remodification is previous state
And I
of that.
think you need to use the alias argument in the provider block so that you can able to leverage this one. Okay, fine.
Okay, okay.
So, what will happen? Let's say you have created a resource
Yes.
and it was created successfully in Terraform,
Mm-hmm.
but it was failed during the provisioning. Okay.
Okay.
So, what you will do in that? In that scenario, what is your next step and what you will do?
It's basically its provisioner is failed. Automatically is not created of infrastructure.
Correct. What you will do in that scenario?
That is the modification is taken that particular how to it is failure. It is the back end of that particular plugins or not install or not to check the my side of intention. It is a
So what is
remodification
a
of the
state file?
production. State file is current state of that particular infrastructure.
Okay. So what happens when multiple engineers, like, there are multiple engineers,
Okay.
they started deploying the infrastructure
Okay.
using the same state file. So what will happen in that scenario?
State lock process is applicable. That process, it is the same configurations about the team members, is the same code is to log that state file.
Mhm.
That is a way to implementation of that conflicts is not generated my side of the.
So how can, two people,
Yeah.
okay, how can two people using the Terraform cloud,
Yes.
okay, can create two different set of infrastructures? So they need to create a two different set of infrastructures using the Terraform cloud,
Mm-hmm.
but using the same working directory.
Yes. Yes. That is the
How they can able to do that?
two different infrastructures is it is
Correct.
created. Yes, that is the way to implementation of team members. It is the same
Yeah, but
infrastructure
how
is
they can able to create? Because they need to use the same working directory,
yes.
and by using the Terraform cloud, they need to create a different sets of infrastructure. But how it is possible in the Terraform? What feature? What option they need to use?
Okay. Okay. It is basically I am not afraid of that. It is the path based authentication.
So have you worked on shell scripting also?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the importance of writing shell script?
It's basically used for day-to-day activities on different tasks, is repeated tasks. That is a way to implementation of server side activities.
So what are the commands generally you will use in day-to-day work or day-to-day life?
It's basically I'm working in process to check the which process is running or not. That is the command is the ps command is work. I am using that ps command, and also um, service is running or not. A service is checked to chk config. That is the command is working. It is the top command is working. It is the process is the CPU utilization, whatever the resources are used. That is the basically display that command.
Okay, let's say I want to check, I want to display the device name of your terminal. So what command you will use?
Device name.
Yes, device name of your terminal.
Uname -a is the kernel information about the device. That is the uname -a is checking that way. Who who is who am I?
Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how, the shell, variable is stored.
Shell variable is stored.
How are shell variables stored, and can you help me with some example? Okay, so what is the lifespan of variable inside a shell script?
Nothing. I am not idea about it.
So what are positional parameters?
Positional parameters.
Correct.
Yeah.
in Unix,
Yes.
what is the how many bytes?
Hello.
Yeah, able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
So, what is the size of a block in Unix? Like how many bytes?
Mm, it is a partition.
Hmm.
It is a block of partition.
Generally, the block size. Each block, what is the size?
It is a Linux machine.
Yeah, Unix.
Unix. Okay. Okay. Not idea about that process.
Mhm. So, can you explain me the file permissions?
Yes, it is the read, write, execute permissions.
What is the weight for each one?
It is the 4 to 1.
Okay, can you help me? What are the three different security provisions, okay, provided by the Unix, maybe for data or for file?
Okay. Please repeat again this question.
So, what are the three different security provisions, okay, provided by the Unix, okay, for a file or a data?
Provisioners. Not here.
Provisions, security provisions.
Okay. Okay. Security provisions.
So, okay, so if I will ask you to write a simple script, will you be able to write the script now?
Yes, sir. It is try to write the script.
You can able to write, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you help me? So, what is the dollar sign in shell script?
It is the variables passing that particular dollar sign.
Mhm. So,
Dollar
what is the
sign
syntax?
dollar
What is the
sign
syntax
yeah.
of while loop in shell scripting?
While loop.
Yes, yes.
The syntax of while loop is while in
Mhm.
is curly braces, and the given argument is there. The close the curly braces.
So, you will pass the argument or condition.
The condition is there.
So, what is the difference between soft and hard links?
Not hard. It is not idea about the soft and hard links.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is the use of dollar hash? Dollar hash.
Dollar question mark is the previous command is working or not to display. Dollar hash is not idea about that.
So what are zombie processes?
No, it's not.
No problem, no
It's
problem.
not working on.
So do you have any certification?
No, there is no certification on my side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you preparing for anything?
Yes, it is. CKE is will prepare the examination to write the examination in the future. I am preparing the KATS CKE.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is your current role? You're part of the team or you're handling the team?
It is the part of the team. It is the build and release engineer.
Hello?
It is yeah. Hello.
part of the team, right? Mhm. Yes, yes. So how frequently you will connect with the clients?
Is basically it is some KTs are there, that is knowledge transfer to maintain the in this process. That is the way to implementation.
Yeah, but how frequently you will collect, weekly once or twice?
Yes, yes. Is clients calls or manager to handle to take that particular information to carry it out of different teams are there.
Okay. Thanks, and it's a nice talking to you.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you can feedback about.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, because
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is no feedback kind of thing, because here my job is only to evaluate technically and submit the response only. Okay.
Okay, okay. You can.
And I think this is not the right platform to discuss about it.
Yes, yes, yes. It is the upskilling.
No, I cannot comment anything for now.
I am not talking about you. Hello.
No, even I am not able to discuss anything apart from the technical evaluation in this platform.
Okay, okay,
Okay, this is not the right platform to discuss.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, Suresh, nice talking to you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah. Naresh.
Have a great day.
Yeah, yeah. Have a great day. Bye.